what is going on? She's just deleted her Twitter. She's getting called out because it was exposed, because an interview got
So here's what went down. After Caitlin Clark completely exposed everyone on Team USA, the Indiana Fever's president is absolutely panicking. Every single hour that passes, the backlash keeps getting more intense, and it's catching everyone off guard.
I'm not joking when I say this. Something's gone weirdly wrong. Like, we hired a freaking Chronically Online.
This isn't just about one bad press conference or some video that blew up online. The whole situation runs way deeper than that, and I've got every single detail for you.
Said before, and I will say it again. Stephanie White, Amber Cox, Kelly Crosscroft, the Indiana Fever president, they were not ready. Now, Christine Brennan in her book confirmed. The WNBA and the Indiana Fever did not realize what they were about to get themselves into with drafting Caitlin Clark, because the popularity they weren't prepared for and didn't see.
Indiana Fever's front office just made a massive blunder, and now Caitlin Clark's army of fans is coming for them hard. Out of nowhere, the rookie sensation who's been selling out venues and turning the WNBA into appointment television is getting thrown under the bus by her own team's president. That's right, Kelly Kroskopf just stunned everyone with the most tone-deaf comment imaginable. She basically said the Fever wants to be like Apple, and here's the kicker. She's treating Clark like she's just some iPhone case instead of the actual iPhone. What an absolutely bizarre comparison to make. Look, let's get one thing straight. Caitlin I is the reason the Fever matters right now. She's the one keeping this product hot and those national TV cameras rolling. But somehow the executives upstairs seem way more interested in downplaying what she brings instead of celebrating it. The fan base was not having it. Social media absolutely erupted with fury, calling out this comment for exactly what it was, pure disrespect. Then Kroskopf pulled her vanishing act overnight. Her social media presence just disappeared completely. No explanation, no apology, just gone. She went dark, hoping the storm would pass, like she suddenly realized how badly she'd messed up, but it's way too late for that now. Fever supporters and the internet have long memories.
Stephanie White, every single solitary move that you make is going to be scrutinized. Welcome to it.
You know someone's feeling the heat when they start wiping their social media during a controversy. That's exactly what happened to Kelly Kroskopf, the Fever president, after her now infamous team comment went viral for all the wrong reasons. The reaction was swift and brutal. Caitlin Clark supporters, who know she's the real driving force behind the WNBA's current boom, swarmed like angry hornets the moment that video started spreading, absolutely destroying Kroskopf for trying to reduce their star to some generic accessory with a corporate analogy. By Friday evening, Kroskopf had scrubbed her account clean, just vanished without any attempt to clarify, apologize, or explain herself. And honestly, that silence hit harder than any PR statement could have. The fanbase wasn't just disappointed, they were livid. We're talking about longtime season ticket holders and dedicated supporters who stuck with the Fever through mediocre seasons while buying merchandise anyway. They're watching their team's leadership actively fumble the moment they've all been waiting for. What made it worse was this came after weeks of radio silence about Clark getting roughed up on the court. Game after game, referees have been letting opponents throw her around like they left their whistles in the locker room. And now her own president can't acknowledge her impact without throwing in corporate speak. Look, Kroskopf running for the hills just proved what those fans already suspected. They could see right through the nonsense. The Fever's front office lit the fuse, and now it's not just bad publicity, it's a full-blown crisis of confidence. Then Sophie Cunningham entered the chat. Before we dive deeper though, smash that like button if you think Caitlin's getting targeted on purpose. Drop a comment if you think the refs are just missing calls. And definitely hit subscribe because this story is about to get even wilder.
No, I would mess up all the time.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying that your job is easy, but when it is a simple call right in front of your face multiple times, what are you doing?
In San Francisco tomorrow, you're on the Las Vegas Strip. What can the Las Vegas expect from Sophie?
Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna be me. I don't go in there trying to predetermine anything. I'm dialed in. I need to focus on hitting my shots, making sure I'm executing the schemes right. I'm not focused on the extracurricular activities. And you know what? During that, it was just part of the game. I think the refs had a lot to do with that. It was a build up for a couple of years now of them just not protecting, the star player of the WNBA. And so at the end of the day, I'm going to protect my teammates. That's what I do. And I'm a team player. So It's all good.
Sophie Cunningham has basically appointed herself as Caitlin Clark's personal enforcer, the unofficial captain of the Don't Test Us squad. Her recent comments just set the entire league on fire. Sophie went completely off the rails on her podcast Show Me Something, delivering an unfiltered rant that felt like it came straight out of a reality TV show. And she wasn't just going after opponents, she was calling out everybody, especially anyone trying to minimize what Caitlin Clark has done for this league. She dropped the phrase, "You're literally stupid," not just once or twice, but 3 separate times. That clip exploded across X, YouTube, and TikTok instantly. It's become the unofficial motto right now. Sophie knew exactly what she was doing too, but here's the thing, she backs up her words with action. This is the same Sophie who literally bulldozed a Connecticut Sun player into next week after Clark took an elbow to the face. She didn't care about getting ejected from the game. Her message was crystal clear: mess with my teammate and find out what happens. But this is where the situation gets really complicated. Sophie wasn't just targeting opponents or questionable officiating calls. She started taking shots at the Indiana Fever organization itself. She's claiming that some of the real animosity toward Caitlin is actually coming from inside their own locker room. Some teammates are calling her podcast rants a full declaration of war. The tension among fans is absolutely real. The WNBA has turned into a battleground where established veterans and viral sensations are clashing head-on, and now it's burning up in Indiana too. Sophie's not here to play nice with anyone. She's here to burn it all down if she has to.
Wasn't a dirty play. It was an intentional foul, and it was meant to send a message. It turned into a scuffle, and I don't think anybody wanted that. But the way that the game went and how egregious the referees were and how they were not protecting players, and they especially weren't protecting the #1 player in this league, the biggest draw in this league, which is Caitlin Clark, and they continue to not do that. To me, this was not a dirty play. This was making a statement because the referees didn't do their damn job. This would not have happened at the end of the game if the referees did their job during the first play. If the referees did their job, not just the first play, every single play leading up to that. If the referees had control of the game, that is their only job. The referees' first job, their #1 job, is to protect their players.
Like, I get it to a certain extent, and like every rookie coming into the league, that's how you're going to treat them.
But there's way more to this story. Look, I get it to some degree. You're gonna test every rookie who steps into this league, but what's happening to her goes far beyond normal hazing. Let's just be real about this. Caitlin Clark is getting absolutely brutalized on the basketball court. Elbows flying, body checks, eye pokes, all happening while refs act like they're watching a completely different game. If someone treated Steph or LeBron like this in the NBA, there would be technical fouls, fines, and ESPN breaking news alerts. But when Clark gets mugged in the W, the game just keeps rolling. Take that Fever versus Liberty matchup on May 18th. Natasha Cloud absolutely trucked Clark at center court. A full shoulder-to-shoulder collision during a 2-point game. The referees just stared like statues. Clark threw her hands up like, "Are you people serious right now?" Meanwhile, the Liberty celebrated as the buzzer sounded. Sophie Cunningham didn't hold back. She said it felt like getting burned alive all over again. Just more of the same. She's absolutely right. This blatant double standard is getting impossible to ignore. This isn't tough defense. This is targeted intimidation. Some opposing players have quietly admitted there's an unspoken game plan. Make her struggle out there. But that's really code for break her down before she gets too dominant, and that's exactly what's happening. But Clark refuses to back down. She didn't sign up for the league's upgraded hazing program. She's taken control when the refs won't step up, and Sophie's out there throwing fire on the microphone and throwing shoulders on the court like it's her full-time mission. This goes way beyond some questionable calls. This is turning into a full-scale movement. Honestly, I'm starting to think there's a coordinated effort here. If you're still with me, you know this story is about way more than just basketball. Don't just watch from the sidelines. Get involved. Smash like, drop comments, and subscribe to stay in the loop. The next bombshell could drop any minute.
We want to sustain the growth and interest level in the franchise. I mean, this is about the Indiana Fever. Yes, we have a foundational player in Caitlin Clark and Leah Boston, and we're going to continue to add to that. But I want this team to be the leader in the country, and a brand, an enduring brand, like Apple or something. I mean, we have a real
The situation in Indiana is getting messy behind closed doors, and we're seeing real warfare instead of just drama for show. On one side, you've got the corporate executives trying to turn the Fever into some polished brand like Apple. But players, fans, and even opposing coaches understand the truth. Caitlin Clark eyes the brand right now. But here's where everything gets icy cold. When President Kelly Kroskoff decided to minimize Clark's influence, everything went sideways. Sophie Cunningham didn't just disagree with her bosses, she completely lost it on them. And this wasn't some heat-of-the-moment outburst during a press conference. According to people inside the organization, that podcast explosion was a calculated strike right after the president's comments. Sophie went beyond just criticizing the WNBA, she brought receipts and called out her own front office in public. That's not frustration, that's open rebellion. To be completely honest, it exposed a major identity crisis within the franchise. The Fever already has their cornerstone player, but they're still trying to build a dynasty. Instead of showing appreciation, they're treating her like she's some kind of threat. Now the organization is completely split. Some people see Caitlin as the future, while others are holding on to the old power structure. And Sophie's not just some blind cheerleader either. Let's keep it real here.
What the WNBA is doing with Caitlin Clark is the equivalent of the NBA doing this to Michael Jordan in 1986. It just doesn't make sense to me. You are biting the hand that feeds you. Mind you, without Caitlin...
If LeBron James got poked in the eye and then body slammed to the floor, Twitter would completely melt down and SportsCenter would run it on repeat for hours. But when Caitlin Clark gets the same treatment, the league gives her crickets and hard fouls with no whistles. Picture Steph Curry getting hammered without any protection night after night. Would the NBA just ignore that? Absolutely not. But that's exactly what Caitlin Clark is dealing with right now. She's not just some rookie trying to find her place. She's the reason women's basketball is exploding in popularity. All those packed arenas, those TV ratings, that buzz, it's all Clark. Yet somehow the person generating all the revenue gets treated like a bench warmer. Sophie Cunningham nailed it with her description, completely unacceptable. Coach Stephanie White even called out the referees during press conferences for missing obvious calls. The media sees it, the fans see it, but the league stays silent. The uncomfortable truth is that if Clark were a man, this league would be protecting him at all costs. Instead, she's getting pushed around while executives from her own team barely speak up. Fans are fighting for her, Sophie's defending her, but the people who should have her back are too busy playing politics. Clark isn't just the future of this league, she's the present moment. The problem is the old establishment keeps acting like they're about to get run over, and maybe they are. This isn't just some disagreement, it's a complete reckoning. Caitlin Clark's spotlight isn't going anywhere, but the WNBA leadership and her own franchise might be wasting a once-in-a-generation opportunity. Sophie Cunningham keeps reminding everyone that you're either with her or against her. And trust me, if you thought this was intense, the next update might completely break the internet. Hit that bell, subscribe, and drop a comment to make your voice heard. This storm is just getting started. As we wrap up this story, it's clear that the reactions from the team, leadership, and league-wide represent way more than just one controversy. This captures the growing pains of a sport entering a new era of scrutiny, pressure, and expectations. When a league experiences rapid growth in viewership and attention, not everyone is prepared for the spotlight that follows. We're watching a league, a fan base, and an organization all trying to adapt to unprecedented attention. Throughout this entire journey, one thing has remained constant. The determination of the players and the passion of the fans continue pushing this sport forward. Every controversy, every viral conversation, every shocking development shows just how deeply people care about this game's growth and protection. These conflicts are actually proof of progress. They challenge teams to think more carefully and force leaders to reconsider how they communicate while pushing the league to build stronger foundations for what's coming. Each disagreement creates an opportunity for improvement. Social media debates, interview responses, broadcast discussions, and fan conversations might show different perspectives, but they all reveal the same commitment to seeing this game flourish. Growth never comes easy. It requires flexibility, patience, and willingness to work through uncomfortable moments. These situations highlight what needs reinforcing and what needs changing. The connection between players, fans, and the broader public has never been stronger, and it's fueling a major transformation in women's sports. Despite all the chaos surrounding everything, the game itself remains the heart of this story. Every single night, the talent, strategy, competition, and passion of these players captivates audiences everywhere. No matter what happens behind the scenes, the real progress happens on the court. Teams evolve, players grow, and the league builds a more confident, visible, and unified identity than ever before. Today's challenges shape tomorrow's victories. Even though this chapter is ending, the bigger story is nowhere near finished. New developments, performances, reactions, and surprises will continue shaping this narrative. The energy we're witnessing right now is just the beginning. A league in motion won't be stopped. The next major moment could happen at any time, and this season's transformation is still gaining momentum. So if you want to stay part of this rising movement, keep watching, keep engaging, and keep speaking out. This journey is just getting started, and what lies ahead could completely reshape everything we think we know. Thanks for watching Clark Facts, your trusted source for reliable, clear updates and analysis. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and comment below. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest updates. Stay informed and stay connected. More major stories are coming soon.